Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we will discuss the most common interview question for storage administrator. So whatever questions I'm going to discuss here is completely based on my experience, and whatever possible answer I'm going to tell, it may not be the best feasible and efficient answer. You may have a different answer than me, and if you do have, please comment and share your answer to everyone. Now let's move to the first most common questions, that is tell me about yourself. 99% chances are there that this will be your first question. So take your time and prepare an answer which will be at least of 1.5 minutes or more than 2 minutes. So I mentioned some of the points which will help you to build up an answer. So first point is that try to segment your roles into various sections, like if you have worked for 3 years, then mention like first year what was your role and what activities you have done, and then you can mention that after 1 year you were given a different role and responsibilities, and again third year you also move to a different role, and since then you are continuing with that same particular tasks. Now if you are fresher, then try to mention some high level activity that you have performed along with your day-to-day operations. So at some point of time you may have helped your senior admin to resolve an issue or to implement something. Try to gather up those things and put those things into your answer. Now if you have experience with many companies, then try to mention what designation were there and what high level activities you have done in each company. For example, mention in your first companies that you have learned the basics and you got an opportunity for implementations of various products, and in second company you were selected as a lead role, or in third company you were selected as an architecture, so like that. Finally conclude your answer by saying what exactly you are doing currently. This question is very critical because whatever answer you are providing during that particular time only, interview panel will generate the next set of questions. So if you are saying exactly what you have done, the next set of questions will be very easy for you. Now let's move to the second question, that is why are you looking for change? We all know why. That's a package. We want to get more package, but don't be straightforward in this case. Don't just mention that yes, I want a higher package, so I want to switch the company. Think of an answer which shows your positive attitude. Some possible answer would be like my current project contract is going to expire in next 1 month, and we were informed like we will be on bench, but not sure how many days or how many months. So that is not certain. I don't want to sit idle for an uncertain period of time, so I'm looking for a change. Or you may say that my current project is kind of stable and there is not much scope of technical part, and I want to pursue a little bit more on technical aspect. Now never ever complain about your current company or the package or any managers, no matter how frustrated you are with. Now let's move to the third question, that is what is your salary expectation? So before answering this question, you should always research about the package that other companies are offering for your level of experience. So once you done that research, you will be able to know that what package you can ask. Now during the interview, start with an explanation on your salary expectation. Don't straightforward tell that I want 12 lakhs, I want 14 lakhs or 15 lakhs, like that. So give an explanation like I have went through the job profile and I'm completely suitable for the job description. So based on that, I feel this much amount will be a suitable salary expectation for me. Say the salary expectation in range. Suppose you collected all the informations and you feel that 10 lakhs will be a good package. Then mention like you want the package in range of 10.5 to 11. And finally, you should always mention like the salary expectation is negotiable. Now let's move to the fourth question, that is what are the technology you have worked on? Try to give that answer in a hierarchy manner, starting with the most generalized field. So you can say that I do have experience on both SAN and NAS, and then start with SAN. Whatever technologies are coming under SAN that you have worked on, you can start saying that. Starting with the vendor. Like under SAN, I have an exposure to EMC vendor, and under EMC, I know EMC VNX, EMC VMAX, EMC VPlex for Extreme IO, and then you can switch over to the next vendor like HP. Under HP, I have worked on HP EVA, HP 3PAR, and similarly other vendor that you have experience with. Now, once we completely done with the SAN part, then jump NAS part. So in NAS, if you have experience with EMC Iceland, then you can mention that. If you have experience on NetApp, then you can mention NetApp. And as we all know that if we say NetApp, then two category will come. That is 7 mode NetApp and cluster mode NetApp. So you must mention those two subcategory also under NetApp. Always mention those technology for which you have hands-on experience. Now, while answering these questions, you can also mention what extra skills apart from SAN or NAS you have. Now, while answering about this extra skill, please be sure that those skills are related to SAN and NAS. For example, if you are giving a web development as extra skill, so that is no relation with SAN or NAS. Now, if you are giving an example of scripting or automation, then that is relation to SAN or NAS. Now, suppose if you are learning a new technology, then you can mention it in your concluding statement as well. Like recently, our project has introduced a new technology, and I'm exploring more on that. Now, let's move to the next question. That is, have you worked on any major incident? So don't say no, even if you are true. So think of any incident. Let it be a minor incident that you have worked on, and explain it in a narrative way. You can start with, there are many incidents happened in our environment, but one particular incident I will be explaining because I was involved end to end for that particular incident. So mention what was the issue, what exact things you have done to resolve that issue, and conclude your statement by mentioning that the solution which I found was documented properly. So this will not only tell that you have a good knowledge on technical skills, but also you are well aware of the process. Now the next question may be what extra value you can add to company. Now in order to answer these questions, you can think of some of the extra skills that you have which was not there in the job descriptions. Now you should not say the skills which are not related to the job position. As I mentioned earlier, if you are going for SAN storage and you are mentioning that you have knowledge on web development, then that's not a proper skill to add. Now, if you don't have any extra skills, then mention that if you are planning to learn this particular technology. So select a specific technology that is on trending, like scripting and automation. Now, the last question most of the interview panel will ask, that is, do you have any question for us? Definitely, this is the last question, but this question is also very important because if you simply say no, then the interview panel may think that you are not interested for this job. You should at least ask one question to them. So the question may be like, what would be your suggestion on my next step if I'm going through all the rounds? Or you can ask any technical question which you were unable to answer during the interview. And suppose if you don't have any question to ask, then you can simply mention that you have already researched about the profile and company and all my doubts were clarified during my research only. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any interesting question, then let us know by commenting. Don't forget to subscribe for more such video. Share this topic to your friends and colleagues who are looking for a change.